So I wanted to make this video basically just leveling with you guys about where I'm at, like mentally, emotionally, in relationship to what's going on politically, what's going on with the other side, etc. The intent of this video is really trying to figure out how to make you guys feel better. And the best way I feel I can do that as a channel is just lay everything out on the table for you guys and just be as open and authentic with you as possible. As you all know, my boss is the divine. And lately I've been pretty annoyed with him because I understand his power and I know that he has the power and the ability and the authority to do whatever he wants. But at the same time, he is extremely respectful of human free will. If the divine just showed up and started doing his own thing, that would be considered controlling people and we wouldn't have human free will. So, despite the fact that the stakes are high and many lives are at risk with the current state of affairs, he still won't compromise human free will. Now, he is still enacting a divine plan that is designed to help the globe, but he is going to make sure that we all learn in the process. So, above and beyond absolutely everything else, intuitive counselor, psychic medium, healer, whatever the heck else I got going on in my little cornucopia here, above and beyond all that, I am a teacher. I am a teacher. And that is one of the divine's favorite things to say to me, is every time I approach him with something, his response is often, teacher's gonna teach. Like, you're gonna learn, because he's all about soul's growth. And one of the reasons why he's all about soul's growth is because you become a closer energetic match to the divine energy itself. So your soul actually increases its divine connection through learning. So it's actually coming from a place of love and wanting to improve that connection, just so you know, because we're all sparks of the divine. So while I'm sitting there getting frustrated because I know the power the divine has, I stopped and I really thought about it, and I realized that I wasn't really mad at God. I was mad at human free will. I was frustrated with human free will and the divine's respect of that human free will. I was frustrated with the divine allowing us to have human free will. And when I really thought about it, I realized that I was mad at Mark Foster for not speaking his truth, Bernie Sanders for not joining the People's Party, and Donald Trump for not embracing the fact that he really doesn't want to be president, because boy, he really doesn't. That guy's soul is just crying his eyes out. His soul wants his old life back so bad, and the only reason he's still sitting in the White House is because of his ego. So when I look at these three individuals, Mark Foster, Bernie Sanders, and Donald Trump, all I can think is, why won't you guys embrace your truth? Why won't you guys embrace your truth? What is Mark Foster's truth? It's the fact that he knows he's my divine complement. It's the fact that he knows he's the other half of my freak show. Has just chosen to stay quiet. What is Bernie Sanders' truth? It's his life purpose to be president. It's also part of his life purpose to lead the People's Party. That's actually how he ends up becoming president. That's his light. What is Donald Trump's truth? The fact that his life purpose is actually to go back to being a businessman. is never to be president. And another personal truth that Donald Trump needs to embrace is that he's not happy. He's not happy. So, I wouldn't blame you guys for being mad at me. Because let me tell you what I really, really, really want to do. Mark Foster lives in LA. So do I. I want to go to his house, knock on his door, and when he answers, I want to fall to the floor at his feet and beg him to speak his truth. Badly. I don't have an ego. I'm not above begging. I want to beg him to speak his truth. And when I'm done with that, I want to knock on Bernie Sanders' door. And then when he opens it, I want to jump on his back and put him in a sleeper hold until he promises to lead the People's Party. Because that's what he's supposed to be doing. Then when I'm done with that, I want to knock on the door of the White House and tell Donald Trump that he needs to go back to his old life. Because he'll like it, and it's what he's supposed to be doing. And that is his light, and that is his truth, and he will be happier. That's what I want to do. But I'm not allowed to. I can't. They won't let me. Because that will be considered disrespecting human free will. They have the freedom not to speak their truth. They have the freedom not to follow this path. They have free will. Now, is it one big universal free-for-all? No, because of the law of attraction. The law of attraction only responds to truth. You align yourself with truth, you align yourself as a magnet to attract good things to yourself as a result of aligning yourself with that truth. You align yourself with falsities, you attract crap to yourself via the law of attraction. So these individuals are attracting crap to themselves because they're not aligned with truth. But, you know, I'm immortal. I live in this dimension. I'm immortal. So when this information comes through as absolute truth, it's like a hammer hitting me in the head. So when I sit there and I see, you know, foreign relations escalating and resulting in mass destruction, that's when I want to show up at these people's doorsteps the most. I mean, the fact that I can't kick and scream and yell and completely freak out is ridiculous because I really want to. I really want to. And the other side is just saying, we're lucky to know this. They're just like, you're lucky to know this. You're lucky to know that there's an iceberg in front of your ship and you have the power to turn. And the way the United States would turn is to align itself with the truth. And for us to align ourselves with the truth, it's to put a leader in position whose life purpose is to be our president. And that's Bernie Sanders. So they're saying, you know, we're lucky to know this. We should take back the power. You know, we should demand a second election. So, I mean, if we pull together as people and demand a second election, which is what we deserve a fair election. We didn't have one. It was unconstitutional, the one we had. So if we get together and demand a second election, that's basically all we need to do. I don't know, you guys, we pick our president. Why don't we just stick Bernie Sanders on our back and be like, okay, you're our president. So another way that I feel like I can try to make you guys feel better is just by telling you what's going on with me personally. And I can tell a lot about what's going on with the other side via how they manage me. How they manage me in my life. I can pick up on a great deal from that. So I wanted to make this video letting you guys know what's going on the back end. I don't really get to sit on the couch much, you guys. Not much at all. I'm either writing a video, making a video, preparing for a reading, doing a reading, or running around doing things that the other side is asking me to do. I mean, I like eat, sleep, and breathe this path. I just want to let you know. So I thought it would be helpful just to kind of share with you guys what's going on the back end, just to let you know that the other side hasn't abandoned us. We're still in a vulnerable spot, but we're still protected. So I feel like right now we're in a spot where everyone's going to be able to see that iceberg in front of our head before we turn. We still turn. We better turn. The divine is saying, be still, child, for I am here. He's still reassuring us that he hasn't abandoned us. He's still here. He's still protecting us. He's still protecting the globe. He doesn't want any sort of destruction. All human life is valuable. So him intervening, this divine plan, is meant to benefit everyone, all sides. So the first thing I wanted to let you guys know is the other side is it's just an assumed thing that I'm going to end up in the media. I just am. The divine is going to find a way to stick me there. I know it hasn't happened yet. I'm annoyed with that. It's just a given. The way they treat me, you know, clothes, makeup, jewelry, shoes, it's just like all how I look right now. I end up in the media somehow. It's just a given. And that's the way they're acting, is like it's a sure thing. It happens. It's just a matter of when. I am a slave to vitamins, minerals, and herbs. I'm a slave to water intake. I'm a slave to diet and exercise right now. It's all like, you know, being healthy and being a clear channel, the mind, body, spirit connection. How am I taking care of myself? You know, just being clear and being a clear channel for them of information. And that includes health and fitness. Of course, no alcohol. That's a given. No toxins, no alcohol. They guided me to non-toxic products. They care what deodorant I use. They care what soap, shampoo, everything is monitored. I was in Vegas for my nephew's birthday not too long ago, and I was at the buffet, and I took some oatmeal, and I put some brown sugar on my oatmeal without thinking, and immediately got a donkey kick in my gut. And that was the other side saying, no sugar. Sugar is a toxin. So that was them reminding me that I can't have sugar because it's a toxin, because they want to keep my system as pure as possible. So I just want to let you know that it wasn't that critical before. I mean, the difference between, like, you know, 6 months ago and now, like, I wouldn't get a donkey kick if I was eating sugar, just to let you know. But the way they guided me down the path to get away from sugar was really interesting. First, they cut out chocolate and guided me towards fruit-based desserts like apple pie or strawberry shortcake or whatever, you know, berries with whipped cream. And then they guided me away from that just towards fruit, where it's like, okay, how about the apples without the pie? How about the berries without the whipped cream? How about the strawberries without the shortcake? So now I'm just pure fruit. But it is interesting how they guided me down a transitional path in order to do that. So I wasn't really happy about the whole oatmeal thing, but I did it. I complied, and they were happy. So sugar is a toxin, by the way, just so you know if you're watching this video. They don't like us eating it. It's very addictive. So just so you know, if I speak for them, my lifestyle is monitored very closely. Another sign that I actually think is positive, although you guys might think it's really lame, they're still having me make videos about other subjects. They're still having me make videos about other subjects. So that's actually a pretty decent sign that they're still having me channel other information, you know, about disorganization or whatever. It's kind of like business as usual, you know. They're very protective of me. They're talking about, like, in the future I'm going to need security or whatever. So the protection and them being, like, very protective of me. Very protective of me being around other people who might channel the dark to me. They're worried about that. They don't want me being influenced by the dark. Because I'm a target for that, obviously. Because I speak for the light. I guess the divine just wants you guys to know that he's here. And he's stressing the importance of, like, blind faith, blind trust, prayer, spreading love, really coming together and just knowing that he's got our backs. Now, another thing I want to remind you guys of, and this is what I remind myself of when I start getting scared and the fear creeps in, because fear is the dark, is that one of the reasons why we're protected is because he doesn't feel our election was fair. That's one of the reasons why he wants a second election, is because he's saying that people didn't choose this. He said that we were set up to fail because we were given a choice of dark versus dark, you know, Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump. We were given a choice of dark versus dark. So we were set up to fail. So that's where he's intervening and saying you were set up to fail. That's not representative of human free will, and he respects human free will. So that's where I want you guys to know. Like, on those days where you just get scared, I want you guys to remember that. The divine is trying to preserve human free will. So he's trying to give us our free will back because he feels like it was taken away from us. So remember that. But another thing is that I wouldn't blame you guys for being mad at me. Like, if I were you, I would look at me like, you know, what the hell are you doing? And I really wouldn't blame you guys for thinking that I'm not doing enough, or I'm being too passive or too wussy or not giving you what you need or whatever. I'm trying. The other side is here to guide us on our path. I hate to say it, but this is kind of how they work. They, like, reassure you and try to send you signs that they're here and they love you and whatever. But in the meantime, it's like that iceberg's getting closer to the ship. So the only thing I can tell you is that the divine is still here and they are taking this very seriously. I want to use the video that I made yesterday as an example. I had already prepared the Kim Jong-un video that I made yesterday, where I was kind of having a mini freak out session. And at the last minute, I decided to make a video just kind of reaching out to Donald Trump instead. And all of a sudden, the energy around me got really nervous. It kind of felt like the equivalent of the collective consciousness freaking out. I tried to film the video 3 times, and Toonses kept flinging himself all over the place and making noise. And so apparently, like, the Kim Jong-un video that I made yesterday was supposed to be made yesterday. And it was upsetting to the other side that I almost didn't make it, that I was going to make some other video. So I had a medium friend texting me saying, hey, what's going on with you? You know, so it was like energetically he sensed there was something wrong. So we have gotten to kind of a critical point if it really matters that much what video I'm making that day. I'm not used to that, just so you know. I'm not used to feeling this nervous energy. I'm not used to my cat freaking out. I'm not used to the collective consciousness feeling like they're freaking out. So this is a big deal. You're not alone. The divine is still here. And I'm just asking you guys to keep the faith. Just keep the faith. I mean, I'm pissed. That's why I just want to let you guys know I'm pissed. I'm not happy with human free will right now. And I don't really have to be. I mean, fine, we have free will, but I'm just tweaked. Just tweaked. I'm allowed to be tweaked. But I just want to let you know that I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. You know, I'm not, like, being remiss in my duties. I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video and just let you guys know, you know, this is what you're looking at. so that I could just level with you and be honest. Like, this is what's going on the front end. This is what's going on in the back end. Yeah. So, as you know, I'm finding stuff out as you guys are, and that's all I can say, is that the divine's going to find a way for us to have leadership that we can trust, that leads us towards the light and our truth, so that as a nation we can come together in love and unity and be strong and wonderful and fantastic and amazing as a country and as a globe. And in the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.